Deme D, man, fan. This is the Go Getter TV. I'm your guy, Deme D, Mr. Everywhere. You never there. We here with another episode of On Deck with Deme interviews, where I have producers and MCs who have either made their way in the game or are making their way in the game. And I have someone today with me here who is making his way, a modern producer right now. Haas Almadhi, salute to you, my God. Thank you for pulling up to the channel.
Appreciate you.
You know what I mean? Thank you for repping the culture the way you do. If you're unfamiliar, you're gonna be familiar very shortly. So yes, you're a producer, obviously. You know what I mean? So I want to start with letting them know where you're from.
All right, so I'm from Connecticut. You know what I mean? I lived there most of my life there.
Okay.
I guess I'll say I rep New Haven, but I rep all around in Connecticut for sure. That's about it. I mean, I've been in New York. I've been traveling different, states, Texas, but I'm claiming Connecticut for sure.
Okay, no, that's what's up. So if for anybody that doesn't know, Connecticut is part of the tri-state. So Connecticut, they're listening to what we're listening to. The similarities are basically similar. It's the same. So I don't know. People always only connect New Jersey and New York, but so being from Connecticut, who was the I guess the people that were gravitating to during your time, like when you were growing up
Honestly,
out there?
man, like my pops was into like hip hop heavy, so he used to listen to a lot of DJ Premier, Gangstar,
Classics, the golden.
the golden stuff. You know what I mean? Like the real Big Daddy Kane's. Then it led to like EPMDs. You name it. I heard everything right straight from the jump. So
So he was in it.
he was in it. He was playing them records. And then my uncle was a DJ as well. So everything he was spinning, like I would hear like new music that I think is new during that time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then he'll sit there and show me the credits, like who made the beat, how the
Okay,
production.
I wanted to ask you
There
that
we
too.
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so that's kind of similar to my story too as well. My pops was heavily into music. He was a DJ as well during the time when it wasn't like a time to be cool to be a DJ. So
Facts.
so that's dope. So that helped you. And so you mentioned your uncle. I want to continue with your pops too, but you mentioned your uncle being a DJ. So is he like he's doing parties and stuff like that, or is he more doing
No,
tapes
he do tapes and he do parties.
Oh, he's doing both.
So he used to do tapes and them things like an hour long.
Nice.
And then send over to my pops and I'll just listen to it. And he do a little mixing and little cuts here and there.
Okay.
But he DJ a lot too, so he know how to move the crowd, how to really. He was good at it. He was good. That was his side job, but I'll say that was his full time.
I mean, well, during that time, that's what it was. Like you had to. It was really tough to make that your full time gig.
That's
Like
a fact.
it's real tough. But salute to him too. So he's the one that will show you the production credits. Or
Yeah,
was that
show me
your
the
pops?
no, yeah. My uncle showed me production credits. Cause I remember like night and day seeing definitely the EPMD record. I forgot what album it was, but it had Eric Sermon produce everything. I was like, this dude is dope. You know what I mean? So once I saw that, I got interested and I just started looking at producer credits and I started researching them, whether it was on magazines like those back there and just seeing how they even did how they did it from start to finish.
You was into the nuances.
Yep.
So you became a junkie.
I came a junkie.
You
What I really realized
you
is
became
that
a hip hop junkie. You know, I say that's what's up. Nah.
that was a fact.
But see, a lot of people, because I'm on Twitter heavy, like in order to build a brand, and also I enjoy, because when we were coming up, especially me, I think I'm a little older than you. When we were coming up, you didn't have the opportunity to talk to the masses about the music you like.
Nope.
You talked to people locally, maybe a family member who lived somewhere else, but we didn't have this right now. So I'm enjoying just talking about the music daily and regularly, and that's some of the stuff we talk about. Just being a hip hop junkie, being people that, because a lot of people don't understand, right? There's people who like music, but that level of where they're listening to everything, searching, looking at production credits, that's not random and common.
That is facts.
You find maybe a friend or two that you could really get that deep into it with. So that's dope.
Like I was into the sonics about it, like the snare, the hat. I was like, yo, this is dope.
This is
like,
before you even started producing.
This is way before.
Okay, so
Way
that's
before. You know what I mean?
So with your pops, are you hearing this stuff, or is he like pointing it out to you, like, yeah, check this out, or this is, how they be like, yeah, this is that shit right here.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
that
Nah,
or you just hearing it.
He
like,
was the dude like, this is a classic right here.
Okay.
Check this out. This is a classic cut right here. Check this out. I'm like, all right, why is it classic? Then I hear it. I'm like, all right, so I hear the bars, the lyricism, metaphors, and how they ride the beat. You know what I mean? And like knowing how the little nuances of how they rap, how to make a hit.
Yeah, it's
you
a
know
lot
what
of
I mean?
nuances in it.
Right.
So with that, you mentioned already listening for the sonics and the elements. How did you get there though? Being that you know, your dad's not producing, nobody's around you producing. How'd you get to that tedious with it?
To be honest, my pops, he bought like a the first time he bought was this program called Music Creator Pro. It was like a doll, old as hell.
Yeah, I don't think I heard of that.
I think it was made by like Cakewalk or some shit like that. So I popped in the CD. I didn't know what to do with it. Like, it would just look crazy to me, you know what I mean? And I tried to tamper with it, but I couldn't. I didn't know how to make sounds. So I said I just dropped it, you know what I mean? Then like later on, probably a couple months after, my pops bought this keyboard. It was called like a Roland Phantom X8 keyboard. It was an 88 keyboard. And it basically had like a drum pad, like an MPC, and you got the keyboards. And I started just playing around with it, and I fell in love with it after that, bro. I was like,
how long would you say that took?
I was stuck on that shit for like 5 years.
No. I mean, before, like, once you went from starting and then just being hooked on it, how long was that? How long did that take? Like, were you hooked like after a day, after a week? Like
Less than 24 hours.
Nice. But see, isn't that good that when you could find something like that? When you could find something to get your time and energy into? So how old would you?
I had to be.
You don't have to give me exact, but
maybe 15, 16.
See, and that's perfect time. Because that's the time when we start getting in this shit. Like, that's the perfect time to have something to focus on. That's dope right there. So I'm gonna skip ahead, then we're gonna come back. I wanna tap into, get them familiar with you. Let's speak on some of your production credits. Because as of late, you know, I got familiar with you. You did some stuff with one of my favorite rappers of all time, one of the illest to ever do it. Queens in the building, Southside, Lloyd Banks, the PLK. Even though he does way more than that, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But you have more credits than that. I know you got the Bank stuff. Just drop some of them, you know, flex on them real quick.
Yeah. So, you know, I got I say 6 records with Banks. I got 4 on The Course Inevitable 3. And I got 2, well, actually, I got 3 on the, what's the other one? Halloween Havoc 4. Yeah, so that was dope.
Yeah, and he's been going crazy in case people been under a rock. He's been dropping shit left and right. I know you got a few more people too. You could
drop I got my man.
Flex on
my man Substance 810, the Umbrella Collective. If y'all don't know, you know they got Mickey Diamond, Pro Dillinger. They hard right now. So I'm working with them for sure. And I got some other stuff in there with some like big time major artists. But I can't say nothing yet. But
yeah, I know how it go. So let's rewind. So now, what's the first step in you becoming a producer? As far as, so now you got the thing you started on. All right, what's the motivation that made you make that transition to be like, yo, you know what, I'm gonna take this serious?
You know what? I ran into this random YouTube video and it had Ninth Wonder. I didn't know who he was. But I was like, this dude beats is crazy, dog. So I tried to emulate him, like literally copy his style.
That was one of the first people.
That was one of the first ones, you know what I mean? So the soul sampling, the chopping, I tried to study him, bro. Took me like a legit year to say like, all right, I'm up to par where he's at. And then I started studying The Alchemist. And then once I started studying him and try to see how he does his chops, and I was really listening, you know what I'm saying? Like really studying. So it took me a year that I was like, you know, I'm ready. So I started burning CDs. I said, you know, give it to people, and they'll buy it for like $20, $40. But that's why I knew I was like, all right, I'm nice at this. People really buying my shit. You know what I mean?
Well, are these random people, or these are like aspiring artists, or just?
Some are aspiring artists. Some are friends. Some are people I knew just from playing sports and in the street. But
because people like instrumental tapes.
Love instrumental tapes.
I'm saying people. I don't know if it's a New York thing or a tri-state thing, but people definitely would take a shit just with beats
all
on
day,
right?
All day just listen to it. You know what I mean? So they're like, yo, this dude's hard. Like, continue with this. And I was like, all right, bet. And then once I knew I got real good at it, I entered into a beat battle contest.
When was this?
This one I had to be 18 or 19.
And where this was in Connecticut, or
this was out here in the Bronx.
Okay.
And then it was called I Standard. I think it was called I Standard Showcase. So I went there. I was the only one from Connecticut, man. Everybody else, BX, you know.
But yo, don't feel no type of way, because I'm from New York, and when we do events, Queens is never out there. Brooklyn is always fucking BX.
All the time.
Don't feel no type of way.
Cause I swear I don't think I heard Queens screaming. I didn't hear Queens. Yeah.
Yo, I've been in this mix for a long time. Queens do not come the fuck outside, yo. It'll be one or two, a few. Brooklyn ain't really. I guess it depends where the venue is at. But Bronx, I don't know. I guess they got the most access.
They got the most.
I don't know. Queens is definitely a journey depending where you're coming from, but
For sure.
I salute to that. So I don't want to skip over that. So you had to leave your city.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of I just want aspiring people to understand that the people who are making it, what they're doing to accomplish these things. You gotta leave your town, gotta leave your city, you gotta leave your comfort zone.
Yeah. You gotta embrace being uncomfortable. You gotta redo your research, do your knowledge, and leave. Go out there and leave. There's opportunity out there. You
Gotta
know what I mean?
leave. Cause it ain't where you at. And even if it is where you at, like, okay, look, New York, there's plenty of opportunity right here. Niggas 1,000. Just walking down the block, you competing with 500 people. So,
Facts.
but I like what you said too. You gotta embrace being uncomfortable, because that definitely goes a long way. So how did that experience go for you, the beat battle?
That was dope. So they had the judges. They had Ill Mind. They had
Another legend.
Rockwaller, and they had
They had some people in there.
there's this producer that used to be with TDE in the beginning. I forgot his name.
Not Soundwave.
Not Soundwave. I wish it was Soundwave. It was Willie B. His name was Willie B.
Okay.
So that was dope, and they judge it out of 10, and they give you categories where your weekend, where your strength is
That's
at.
dope.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like maybe 20 minutes apiece for four battles. You know what I'm saying? So I won that shit. I won the whole thing. So, and I was again by myself. I ain't bring no friends or I ain't bring no family. I was out dolo. And,
salute to you.
yeah.
Man.
So they're like, "You from Connecticut?" Especially, I remember Ill Mind because he was like, "Yo, you from Connecticut, bro?" And I was like, "Yeah." He said, "You got that New York sound. Like, keep going."
But this is what
we right there.
But that's why I started off. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I started off like that. Because for some reason, even I'm kind of guilty of it myself. We kind of forget about Connecticut, but it's like it's not Virginia. It's the same fucking sound. But at the same time, I lived in Jersey and I've been in Jersey, and there's a lot of differences
Facts.
from the areas, so I can understand that.
Facts.
So now that's dope though. So you won the whole thing. You were super gassed?
I was gassed.
Super gassed?
Hell
That's
yeah.
what's up,
I got some like crazy ass equipment and software and all this other crap I had, and I was like, all right, I'm the man. Like, I'm good at this. Like, I'm industry standard. I can do this shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's
like,
what's up. Because people don't understand how much self-doubt goes into this stuff. A lot of uncertainties and insecurity. I know people don't like to admit that shit, but it's not as assuring as it may lead or the end results.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I was nervous. I did a quick
A lot
prayer.
of nerves. It's a lot of nerves. And so but before I want to talk about the self-awareness though, because you mentioned like gauging yourself. How was that conversation though? How do you know like, damn, nah, this ain't it. I still ain't there yet. To the point where you was like, nah, I'm there before the battle. Because you were confident enough to go to the battle. So obviously at that point you thought you were ready.
Correct.
But that transition period, how does that work? Like, damn, when you go from like not liking anything you do or not thinking it's up to the par.
I think one is like obviously is confidence, and then two is the fact you getting a lot of like positive like impact or people giving good positive comments like, yo, your shit is hard. There's a difference when your friends say shit is hard, but if it's strangers like, yo, no, you hard. You know what I mean? Like I can hear this person rap on this.
Right, okay.
This person rap on that. So I was like, oh, I can hear that sound. You know what I mean? So it made it more believable for me. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, let me hit up these artists and see what happens. You know what I mean?
No, one question I love to ask producers: who was one of the, if you can remember, one of the first person to tell you that your shit was official?
God damn.
Like not even like someone I guess that's, within your zone, whether it's a close friend, a coworker, a family member, like not a stranger.
My brother.
Bro, all right, salute to
brother.
the bro. Salute to the bro. So how did that go? Did you play it for him, or he heard something like, hold on, who made that?
I played it for him, you know what I mean? And he's honest about it. And then once it came from my brother, then I started branching out to other people. Because you get nervous, you don't want to hear negativity.
It's tough.
You know what I mean? So
it's
you got to have tough skin.
It's your shit that you put in for criticism.
Facts.
So listen, I get it.
Facts.
Listen, sometimes even I look at pictures and I'm like, yo, why the fuck is my hat like that? Dad, look at my collar. Shit look. So it take a lot to do all aspects of all of this stuff.
Facts.
So I respect everybody's grind and hustle, and you just want to improve off whatever it may be.
Facts.
So you say you started hitting up artists now. Is this after the beat battle?
This is after the beat battle.
Okay, when you say hitting them up, what does that look like? Is this online? Are you going to shows or?
So I was this one like Facebook was dying out and Twitter was coming. So I used to go on Facebook and try to hit up like early Drake. I try to hit up Mobb Deep. Everybody in that G Unit era, like that weird. I forgot what year was it, 2002 around there, 2003, somewhere around there.
Right about then, yeah,
Around there.
about 2003-ish.
Yeah, around
2004-ish.
there. So I got hit up by Mobb Deep, and they wanted some beats, so I sent some beats to them. And
The Mob, that's my favorite group ever.
that what it is?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite groups ever. You know what I mean? Salute to the
Mobb Deep
Mob.
right there.
You know
Shout out to
what I'm saying?
Mobb Deep. It was Havoc that answered. Matter of fact, it was Havoc. There was a
R.I.P..
time when G Unit was signing this rapper named it was Red Spider or something like that, or Red
Spider Low?
Spider Loke. There we go. Spider Loke. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I sent him some like a batch of beats on there, so he spit. But then I guess he got dropped from the label and shit never happened.
I don't know. He was alright. He
was alright.
It seemed like he was meshing with them. I think it was backstory shit with him.
For sure.
Okay.
But that was my confirmation. Like I'll hit them up, they answer, they like send it to my phone number or send it to my email, and then they responded like, "These hard. Let's do something." And that was my confirmation. Like I'm here. Like I could do this. You know what I mean?
So what's the time frame between you feeling like, yo, I'm industry ready, to where this happens with them? As far as you reaching out and getting some type of feedback, whether you're placing or not.
Just the fact that I didn't get no placements during that time.
Yeah,
but just the fact that I got the confirmation.
Yeah, because at that point now you had another. I want to say you had another level.
Yeah,
right?
you know what I mean. So I'm at another level where my confidence is high. I got the confirmation that these major artists are answering me and they're giving me feedback on my beats. Like it's good. Then I was like, all right, let me reach to more people. You know what I'm saying? So during that time I was on IG. So I got on IG. I missed that era with the Twitter where they were send beats and all that.
Yeah, it was serious. You definitely get a lot of connects on there.
I wasn't on Twitter heavy like that. I was more on Instagram at the time.
Okay.
And then I'll just post videos of me making beats and then try to promote it on Instagram and put myself out there. And that's all I've been doing for 4 years until I got to this point where I'm at. You know what I mean?
Okay. So, and you got a couple official placements. What's the? I mean, actually, we already spoke on that. So,
Yep.
but we could reiterate for the audience your first official placement and how did it come about?
So, besides me being a beat maker, I also make my own samples and music.
Yes, I definitely want you to speak on that.
So that started when my pops bought that Phantom keyboard I was talking about, because I didn't know how to chop samples first. But what I'll do is I'll listen to the record and try to copy it. Everything from the drums, the sound, pianos, everything. So once I got good at it, I was like, oh, I could sonically make it sound like that or close enough.
Yeah.
To the point where I don't have to sample no more.
That's
key.
That's
because
key.
everybody get murdered in the sample game.
Even if they don't take the bread, sometimes they shut it down. Period.
Correct.
You can't even drop the shit.
Correct. So that was a big thing for me. I feel like I'm moving too fast, but during that period when I did the Instagram, I was promoting myself doing beat videos. I ran into this publishing company called Winter Circle Publishing, right? So it's a whole bunch of collective producers that are on the billboards. They're charting billboard producers.
That's dope.
So they had a producer camp for 4 days in Atlanta. I went over there, I got invited, and they basically told us about the art, the music business, publishing, co-publishing, producer
dope,
agreements, you know what I mean? Learn the business. And then the second day, they'll teach you how to read books because you got to get your mental on point with the business. So, manifestation, and it's crazy. There's a lot of stuff. Manifestation, self-awareness, mental health, that all counts as one into the music business. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that comes with it. And then also, how do you find these artists and how do you contact them? If you can't find an artist, what do you got to do next?
And they putting you on the ways to do this. I didn't even know shit like that existed.
Yeah, the whole thing. So 4 days, my mind was blown. You know what I'm saying? I never got taught that. And shout out to Cass Johns, man. That's my mentor.
Salute. That's some vital info right there.
Yeah, it taught me a lot. So during that period, I started reading books. Obviously, see on my IG, I'm always saying quotes and stuff. But manifestation is real. It's real. Believe in yourself, have self-awareness, and always believe in yourself. I'm a high vibrational person, you know what I mean? So
gotta take risks too.
Gotta take risks.
That's everything is cool, but you gotta take risks because nothing is guaranteed.
Correct,
so,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that helped, and then once I got the confidence to understand the business of music, I said I'm gonna start going crazy. So my first placement landed with basically with BSF, with Benny the Butcher, with J.R. Swift. So I made the sample, and it sounded like an old sample record. So I sent it to him yo, JR, I got some packs, man. This shit's crazy. Do what you got to do. He said, all right, bet. Hit me up 2 months after. He said, we got something. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, you can surprise me, don't tell me. He said, nah, I'm gonna tell you. So he was like, yeah, Benny and his crew got this is our first single. There's gonna be a video out and then go from there. So I was hyped. I was definitely hyped for that.
How could you not be?
Yeah.
At this point though, what Benny is this though? This is, I don't know what
This
year
is the
this?
this is the Benny when he was
Before Def Jam.
when he was signing to Def Jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fairly fresh.
Correct.
fairly
Yeah.
fresh, okay.
Your last
Like 2 years, right?
no, January, last January.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's really fresh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when you placed though, at that point, since that's one of your first major placements, what's your mentality now? Are you thinking like you in there, or you just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep working, I ain't even think, or you thinking like, yeah, nah, I'm in there.
I'll be real with you, cause like I'm an emotional person.
Keep
So I was like, yeah. Like I'm in this shit, bro. I'm in here.
You know what I mean? It's only human.
Yeah. So I saw my name on the credits on the video, the single. I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I said, you know what? I took a day to absorb all that. You know what I mean? And I said, all right, let's get down to business now. Like, who do I gotta? Now I have this placement. How do I have a relationship with the whole team?
Well, more. So I want to ask you this, like, sometimes I want to ask artists, and sometimes I forget. Does it? Because it's a good thing, right? Some people think it's a good thing, but does it put more pressure? Because sometimes it'll be like I'll have a moment where I get something good, and I'm like, yeah, but then I'm like, yo, I gotta follow up though.
See,
I can't. Now it's like I can't go, like, I can't go low. I can't take a big ass break. Like, I gotta follow up. I gotta.
Correct. So learning from those guys from Winter Circle, they prepped me for that. So I never felt the pressure. So what I do is, this is crazy, but I have like an Excel sheet, and let's say I have the artist's name, I have the dates when I contact them. So let's say December 1st, I send the beat pack. I follow up 2 months after and write it down. He said he liked this beat, save that. So everything is documented.
Yes.
So I never feel like pressure, like, oh, I forgot I did this, or I'm supposed to go to this artist. Like, everything is like on schedule. My whole life is scheduled. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it definitely gotta be organized in this shit too, though. Definitely gotta. That's why a lot of people don't understand. That's why people be having managers and publicists.
Facts.
They might not be organized, but someone around them, like, yeah, you have to be organized and strategic in this shit.
Facts.
If you ain't got somebody, if you can't do it, you better get somebody else. So
that's a fact.
So okay, so at this point now you get the placement. What's your next step now? You just trying to hit up? You trying to be more in the mix, or you just trying to reach out more?
The next step was I hit up all the whole team, Rick Hyde, El Camino. I said, yo, I had that placement with y'all. You got a phone number, email. I could, was lock in and send you some beats. They all replied. You know what I'm saying? I even went to the A&Rs, like, just in case. Hey, y'all got any new artists that signing? Send some beats. I went to the engineers, sent some beats to them. So like, I ain't just stopped there.
Just reach out to the.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's more than just the artists.
Way more than that.
A lot of people that make these collaborations and songs happen. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
So that helps. So everyone knows me. So like, okay, we know this guy. He's hard. Let's do something. So I've been working with Rick Hyde for a while. El Camino for a little bit too. So yeah, that started right there, and then after that I just started making more beats and then sending to them, and then
just on your ground right now.
Yeah, and then that's when that whole Lloyd Banks thing happened when Dope Pesci hit me up.
Yeah, so let's speak on that. Dope Pesci's another long-time collaborator with Banks.
Yep.
So let's speak on that, man. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm saying, you was fucking with Banks at that point? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's been a while. He had that hiatus.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what that. I don't know how everybody feels about him. Like,
I'm always a fan. I'm always a hardcore fan. Like I listen to all his projects. You know what I mean? But he had that hiatus, so you had to listen to somebody else.
Gotta listen to somebody else.
You know what I mean? So like when I got hit up with him, he DM'd me and he was like, "Yo, your beats is crazy. I can hear Banks on this for sure, bro."
This is Dope Pesci.
Dope Pesci, yeah. And he was like, send me some beats, bro. Here's my phone number. So I sent him the beats. He said, "I'm gonna let Banks hear this." So I'm not thinking nothing of it because I'm always working. I sent that and I'm moving on.
Sometimes you can't get caught up in that.
Facts,
you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can't go.
And then literally probably like a day, he sent me a screenshot. And he was like, Banks replied. He was like, "Yo, these is crazy, Pesci. Like, it's out of the world. Like, you crazy." He said, "Nah, it's this kid Haas, bro. This kid Haas Almadhi." He was like, "Word?" And then I screenshot myself. I'm like, "Yo, Banks fucking my shit. Like, it's crazy."
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
so,
that's
and then literally like 3 days after that, he followed me on IG. So I got hyped after that. So I was like, all right.
It's on. So he ain't following just
Just a
anybody.
yeah. So I said, yo, I'm in there. So like I try not to like, go crazy and think about it all day. And then like the next week, I think it was literally after my birthday. I was born October 30th. He DM'd me back on October 4th. He was like, I'm working on Cody 3. I'm looking for these type of sounds that you have. I love this shit, bro. Like load me up. Keep just sending beats to me. We're gonna make something special. And I was like, all right, let's do this.
Nah, no doubt. And you got my theme music on there. That is my shit. Onyx AMG. I listen to that every other day. I kind of slowed down now because it's been out for a minute. But yeah, it's been out for a minute. But that's my shit right there. Like,
I appreciate it.
But even what you did, Keys to Success too. You did
Keys to Success.
So yeah, now you got some joints. You got HH4. So I mean, damn, that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
What I do want to point out too, two things I want to point out that you said that you spoke on. You said that everybody knew you in that circle that you reached out to, and you said Dope Pesci knew you. A lot of time they done brainwashed us, brainwashed me with that it's who you know bullshit. It's who knows you. Cause it's like, you can know everybody under the fucking sun. If they don't rock with you or don't remember you, me and my cameraman was just talking about that off camera, how many people we don't remember, because we deal with a lot of people. But so that goes a long way, man. Who knows you, and he reached out to you. But second thing, another producer reached out to you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they act like in this game, I'm not gonna say act like. A lot of time in this game, it is very competitive, very cutthroat. People definitely trying to cut you short. They're not trying to see you excel. So I think that's dope that another producer that's working on with the same artist reached out to you and gave you a space. So
I agree.
That was definitely dope.
I I honestly feel, bro, if you authentic, like people could feel it. You know what I mean? You really authentic. You yourself. You're not trying to be somebody else. They can feel the energy. Like I vibe with this dude. I had mad people message me, oh yeah, we should work, just off the vibe you get from me. You know what I mean? So
yeah, you definitely have a good vibe. Definitely got an authentic vibe. Ain't no Hollywood shit. No,
facts.
No fronting on nigga shit. But but when you send a beat, right? Obviously you hoping they pick something. They select something. But when you send it, are there times where you are hoping that they pick a certain beat, or you just like, yo, just pick something?
Nah. Honestly, like my process is, when he told me about the Cody 3, I was studying Cody 2 and Cody 1. And I was like, all right, sonically, he looking for these type of sounds. He like that piano type of chords. Remember, I know how to play music.
Right.
He like this bass line. He like these type of kicks and snares. He like it slow pace or like mid pace. So once I studied them 2 projects, I was like, all right, I could do that. That's nothing. So I was loading up with literally like every 3 days was 20 beats sent to him on the text. So he's seen those shits every time.
Working.
And he'll put a yes, or he'll put a finger up like I like this, or I want this one, or that's straight. You know what I mean? And then next week load him up again. He was like, yo, keep sending. Because once he saw that, he was like, oh, this kid's hungry. Like let's go get it. You know what I mean?
And work ethic goes a long way. We know that.
Fact.